Hello everyone and welcome to this session. So today let's talk about IRMA, Institute of Rural Management Anand. Now why are we talking about IRMA? Because there has come a interesting news that Government of India, it wants to upgrade IRMA as a university and institute of prominence. So let's understand what this news is all about. So to begin with, let's understand what is IRMA. So IRMA was established way back in 1979 under the leadership of Dr. Varghese, Korean Varghese, who is regarded as father of India's White Revolution. So this institute was established way back in 1979 and it got established with support from National Dairy Development Board, the Swiss Agency for Development Cooperation, and of course Government of India and Government of Gujarat. All of them came together and they established this prestigious institution. And this institution, it offers a variety of programs, but their flagship program is called Postgraduate Diploma in Rural Management. Now this program, it's a 2-year program, and this program is designed for those students who want to make a career in those sectors which are directly or indirectly dependent on rural sector. So a good chunk of students, not all, but a good chunk of students get employed by companies which depend on rural sector. Agribusiness companies, for instance, pesticide-based companies, fertilizer-based companies, tractor manufacturing companies. You also have got companies which are into agriculture-based e-commerce and so on. They all hire people from IRMA. Dairy companies, poultry companies, they also hire graduates from IRMA. Now, as far as IRMA's flagship program is concerned, they accept CAT scores for admission, XAT scores for admission. They also accept CMAT scores for admission into their PGDRM program. Now, let's talk about the kind of placements that take place here. So, 2024 batch. Let's have a look at the placement figures. So the median salary offered for the students was whopping 15 lakhs per annum. The highest salary offered was 31 lakhs per annum, ladies and gentlemen. So this college offers excellent placement opportunities, and these students, they achieved 100% placements. It means every single student of this college got minimum one job. Some talented students might have got more than one job also, but minimum one job everybody secured. So, a bill has been presented in our parliament, and the bill Tribhuvan Sahkari University Bill 2025 that has been presented in Lok Sabha, the intention is to establish Institute of Rural Management Anand as Tribhuvan Sahkari University. Now, what does it mean? What will be the impact out of this? Now, remember, IRMA will end up getting declared as a center of excellence for rural management. And this will be one of the schools under the university. There may be other schools also that will get established. In fact, these kind of schools will get established across the country, all affiliated to this university. It brings a lot more autonomy to the institute because it obviously ends up becoming a university. Now, who was this great gentleman, Tribhuvan Das Patel ji? Now, he was instrumental. He gets the credit for carrying out the dairy cooperative movement in India, especially in Gujarat. And that's the reason Government of India has decided to honor him by creating a university in his memory, and it will be called Tribhuvan Sahkari University. So this is a welcome development that we wanted to convey to all of you who may be aspiring to join this great institution. So with this, I have come to the end of this video. Do hit the like button if you like the content and subscribe to our channel, because we regularly upload this kind of content on our channel, and share it with your friends also who may be aspiring to join IRMA. Thank you all for watching this video. Hello everyone and welcome to this session. So in an interesting development, some of the business schools have introduced artificial intelligence proctored interview as part of the selection process. So far, they used to conduct only traditional interviews where a panel of professors used to sit and they used to conduct interview for the candidates. Whereas this year, in an interesting development, some business schools have introduced artificial intelligence proctored interview, wherein the interview would be taken by AI application, and the candidate will get questions, and the candidate is expected to answer those questions, and those responses will be recorded, evaluated, and of course judged also. So what is it all about? What kind of preparation is needed? How are these interviews different from the regular interviews? And what are the important do's and don'ts? I'm going to talk about all this in this session. So let's get started with it. To begin with, what exactly is artificial intelligence proctored PI? See here, the artificial intelligence is replacing a human being for taking up a role of interviewer. So artificial intelligence will pose questions and the candidate will give responses to these questions. Now, there are two types of artificial intelligence that can be employed. The basic one is where the artificial intelligence poses FAQs to the candidate and simply records the responses. The more advanced version of it will have the ability to go through the application form that the candidate has submitted, including the statement of purpose and the other answers that the student might have submitted to the business school in advance, and then frame questions based on that content and conduct an interview. The artificial intelligence is advanced enough to make remarks also to the candidate the way professors do in traditional interviews. So this will be the advanced version is much closer to how the actual interview happens. How is it conducted? So there are different ways of doing it. It can be conducted where a candidate may be allowed to take the interview from their home. For example, Great Lakes, they recently conducted artificial intelligence proctored interview as a first round, wherein the candidate was expected to take this interview from the comfort of their home. Here, questions were asked, limited number of questions, fixed number of questions were asked to the candidate. So Great Lakes included 3 or 4 questions for every candidate, and the duration of interview was not fixed. The candidate was allowed to answer those 3-4 questions as per their convenience, and their answers were recorded in the system. This was more basic kind of artificial intelligence based interview that was carried out. On the other hand, NMIMS also administered artificial intelligence based interview, but there they went for slightly advanced format, wherein they took the answers that the student has submitted, especially the statement of purpose the student has submitted, shared it with the AI, and AI created questions on the basis of that content. And here, some questions were also included based on current affairs. That's the interesting differentiation here. And the way NMIMS has done it was slightly different. Great Lakes, the take from home interview that they did, there was just that the student had to give the answers and the AI captured the responses. But in NMIMS, when student went for the AI proctored interview, they were taken to a small room that was completely silent, and there was a table lying in the middle of the room with a laptop on it, and the other side of the table was a panelist, was a professor. Now, the student was made to sit on the other side, and first AI proctored interview happened for exactly 12 minutes. Now here number of questions were not fixed, but the duration was fixed to 12 minutes. So if a student gives very short answers, more number of questions will end up being asked. If a student gives very long answers, then the number of questions being asked would come down, because the duration is fixed, it is 12 minutes. After the 12 minutes of AI proctored interview got over, the panelists took over and asked some follow-up questions for hardly few minutes. But during AI proctored interview, the panelist was silent and he allowed the AI to take the lead and ask the questions. Now, which business schools are conducting it? Right now, these are the two that have done it, NMIMS and Great Lakes. But many more business schools are expected to follow the suit going ahead, because the technology will get part of more of mainstream, and more business schools are expected to join this list. Now, some important do's and don'ts that I want you people to be aware of when you participate in this kind of an interview. First and foremost, remember the AI. Treat it just the way you treat any professor. That means be very attentive, listen to the questions carefully, grasp what the question is asking you to answer, and then answer accordingly. Make sure your answers are very simple answers, very crisp answers, but they should answer the essence of the question that has been asked to you. Don't give one-line answers, of course. Give elaborate answers, but at the same time, don't go on a tangent. Don't end up becoming verbose. When it comes to AI-based interviews, maintain eye contact with the laptop, maintain eye contact with the webcam during the interview. And remember, in NMIMS interview, when they take you to the small room, the mic is very powerful because it's a completely silent ambience. So even a whisper or a murmur will get captured. So don't worry whether the answer has been recorded or not. That kind of fear you need not have, because it captures every single sound that comes out. Apart from this, remember, there may be one or two occasions when you might not have understood what the question was. So you can request the AI to repeat the question, and it would surely repeat the question for you as such. And just like any other interview, there's no need to panic. Treat it like any other interview, but be prepared. Especially if you have got an NMIMS interview, then make sure you revise the statement of purpose that you have submitted, because some questions get created based on the content that you submitted. So revise your content so that you are prepared to handle those questions. Also, prepare answers for frequently asked questions. Questions like, tell me something about yourself. Why do you want to do MBA program? Why do you want to join this particular business school? What are your career goals? These kind of frequently asked questions, you have to be prepared to give a good, elaborate response. So these are certain do's and don'ts that you have to bear in mind. The rest of the do's and don'ts will be the same as it is applicable for any other traditional interview. All right. So with this, I have come to end of this video. If you like the video, do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, because we regularly upload this kind of content, and share this content with your other friends also who may be management aspirants and who may be preparing for artificial intelligence proctored interview. Thank you everyone for watching this video.